And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. I believe that what the disciples had to understand is that Jesus was talking about the body. What is Jesus really hinting at here when he's talking about the destruction of the temple? He's talking about these bodies. Let's go to two scriptures, one in Colossians and one in Romans. Christ is the visible image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. So this is how the Father decided to teach man. It's to give us a visible image that we could see. Because how can you love a God whom you have not seen if you reject the one that's right among you? Romans 1:20 explains it as well. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world, they're clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So here we go again, talking about things that you can see, you can reach out and touch, that will better illustrate the things that are going on in the spirit realm. So when walking with Jesus, the disciples would come to the full understanding that Jesus was speaking to them spiritual things. And I believe in order to worship the Father in spirit and in truth, we must cling to the spiritual connotation of Christ's teachings, because he spoke spiritual things. Let's go to Romans chapter 8. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
At ease. Greetings. I am Field Marshal Peter Tinfoil Pete Peters of the 21st, 2nd, 3rd Division of the Tinfoil Hat Society.
Christ even said in John 6, these words I speak unto you, they are spirit. So when he's talking over in Matthew 24 about destroying the temple, he is talking about the fleshly desires, the things of this world, the body.
Strengthen me, O God. Strengthen me, don't leave us once.
The scriptures, the premise is always a full departure from sin. These guys constantly tell you what? That you can't do that. They call us liars. They call us self-righteous. They call us hypocrites. And eventually they just condemn us to hell.
Verse 19, Jesus answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. What was the Jews' response? They said 46 years was this temple in building. Wilt thou rear it up in 3 days? But he spake of the temple of his body. It says specifically that when he's talking about the temple, he's talking about the body being destroyed. This is in essence to the reborn moment that we have. Same thing he told them in Matthew chapter 12. It reads, but he answered and said unto them, an adulterous and evil generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
You guys are so cute.
Thank you.
What a gentleman.
I want some wild sauce too.
Some what?
Wild sauce too. Mild sauce.
So as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Okay, so when they asked him for a sign, even in Matthew chapter 12, he said the only sign you get is Jonah. That's all pointing to the resurrection and the newness of life.
That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Flesh gives birth to flesh, but the Spirit gives birth to spirit.
So you get this thing completely torn down, and then the next step is the builder's going to come up with some plans. Then we start the rebuild process. Should be done in a few short months.
When he's talking over in Matthew 24 about destroying the temple, he is talking about fleshly desires, the things of this world, the body.
Flesh gives birth to flesh, but the Spirit gives birth to spirit.
For if you live after the flesh, you shall die.
You gonna die, you gonna die, you gonna die.
But if you through the Spirit mortify, what does mortify mean? Kill off the deeds of the body, you shall live.
Chris, look at me. Chris! I can't feel my legs.
Breaking ball, little dribbler. Buck goes to first, and Stanton is hurt. Down goes Stanton.
Let's say I came to you with a suit on that covered me from head to toe. My head, I had a mask on, everything. I was masked up, suit on. And I walked up to you without saying a word. You wouldn't know it was me. You wouldn't know who it was. At that point, I would be identified by what is covering me only, right? We are identified by God's loving blood, mercy, and grace that covers us. Whatever covers you is your identification, brothers and sisters. Make sure you have the one and only truth covering you, all right? That takes me to Isaiah 30:1, where the Lord say they are not using him as a covering in this hour. Everything else they want as a covering, they're not using him. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, so that they can add sin unto sin. So let's go to see what Christ said about his kingdom.
devil trying to get into the phones, he can anything he want to get into. So let's go down. Now let's talk. Y'all belong to God. I don't care what nobody say.
My wants, the needs, the dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed to watch and prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom.
Father's judging this earth right now. I'm gonna let y'all know that. And everybody can say whatever they want about me. I don't care. Because in order to gain it all, you gotta be willing to lose it all. And that's what this generation don't understand. They wanna get money, women. That stuff don't fulfill you. It don't fulfill you. I've been there, up, down, left, right, whatever. It's the same situation. And I don't care what anybody say about this, it's the truth that I'm gonna let it go. Lauryn Hill's not crazy. Either you let his people go, or you're gonna have him deal with it. That's the word from the Most High God of Israel and his son Christ, who died for the sins of mankind.
But I bet you what? I know how to find the answer, and I will find the answer.
You're always talking about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too, Troy. You take and don't even know nobody's giving.
Now, remember John 18, he said his kingdom is not of this world. Now over here in Luke, when they said, when is your kingdom coming? He said the kingdom is within. How can it be in you and be coming at the same time? The same way he told the woman of Samaria at the well, the hour is coming and it's here at the same time, when the true worshiper shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. So how could an hour be coming and be here at the same time? Another one is John 1:1, where he said the word was with God and it was God. In the beginning was the word and the word was with God and the word was God. How can something be with and be at the same time? Just like something can be in you and be coming in its full essence at the same time.
We've kept you alive, now you can tell me. How do you keep winning?
It's simple. You do all the hard work. I just help you along. The art is for me to feed pieces to you and make you believe you took those pieces because you're smarter and I'm dumber.
I ain't playing you again.
You will always find a good opponent in the very last place you would ever look.